Okay, so calculating specific heat capacity, you're going to use the expression Q equals M, the mass, times CS, which is the specific heat capacity times delta T, okay? So in terms of units, Q is going to be in joules, mass is going to be in grams. Specific heat capacity is defined as joules per gram, and either per degree Celsius or per Kelvin. What is ALEKS want it in, I don't know. Delta T is either in degrees Celsius per or per Kelvin. So the reason I'm saying degrees Celsius or per Kelvin, you're like, well, those are different, right? Yeah, it's a different temperature scale because it's got a different 0 point, okay? But the magnitude, the size of a degree is the same in Celsius and Kelvin. So whenever you're dealing with a delta T, you can kind of like save yourself the stress of converting Celsius to Kelvin 2 times and then doing the subtraction, because you're going to get the same answer, okay? So remember, whenever you've got a delta T, that is going to be whatever the final temperature is minus the initial temperature, okay? So if you're going between, like, I don't know, 5 degrees Celsius and 0 degrees Celsius, like 5 minus 0 is 5, okay? And if it was like 278 Kelvin versus 273 Kelvin, 278 minus 273 is still 5, right? So as long as it's a delta T, you don't have to worry, is what I'm saying. Okay, so we have the mass of our sample, but it's in kilograms, so I'm going to have to convert kilograms to grams. We've got our initial temperature and our final temperature, so we can get delta T, and we've got Q in terms of kilojoules. Okay, so again, we're going to want to convert kilojoules into joules, rearrange and solve for my specific heat capacity. So my specific heat capacity is going to be given by Q over M times delta T. Okay, so that is what I am aiming for. So let's get our ducks in a row. Let's get our Q in terms of joules. So Q is 50.9 kilojoules. So convert kilojoules to joules. I know that 1 kilojoule is 1,000 joules, or 10 to the power of 3 joules, if you want to use standard scientific notation. All right, so that is going to be 50,900 joules, if I could type. Okay, and then my delta T is going to be my final temperature minus my initial temperature. So my final temperature was 35.2 degrees Celsius minus 19.9 degrees Celsius. Again, my difference between them is Celsius or Kelvin. That's fine. Either way, I don't know what ALEKS is asking for. I might take a sneaky peek in a second. So that is a difference of 15.3 degrees Celsius, which is the same as a difference of 15.3 Kelvin. So mass is in kilograms, so my mass, I've got to convert kilograms to grams. 1.80 kilograms. I know kilo is 10 to the power of 3, so 1 kilogram is 10 to the power of 3 grams. Lovely stuff. So that means I have 1,800 grams. All right, lovely jubbly. So I think all my ducks are in a row. I think I can just plug and chug. So my specific heat capacity is going to be 50,900 joules divided by 1,800 grams times 15.3 degrees Celsius. So you can see my units are going to come out in joules per grams per degree Celsius, which is the same as joules per gram per Kelvin. I suspect ALEKS might go for that. Joules per gram per Kelvin. Place bets now. What do we think? I think it's going to be joules per gram per Kelvin. So I would say it's 1.84 to 85 to 3 significant digits joules per gram per Kelvin. All right, so let me just check the ALEKS units for you. Just yeah, joules per gram per Kelvin. There you go. I knew it. I knew they'd go Kelvin. Okay. All right. So that's all you have to do for that one.